Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be ranking all 9 of the new Buffies, which have been released a couple of days ago. So I'm going to put them in a complete ranking for you guys. If you guys want me to do any more Buffy tier lists, whatever, please suggest them in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm also going to go through which star power I believe is best to help you guys just decide on what to use in battle. So let's just start off. First and foremost, we're going with Griff's Hyper Buffy. This is the worst one and probably the worst one maybe in the entire game in terms of Buffies. So what this Buffy does to the hypercharge attack, it makes the main attack pierce, which seems cool to begin with, but I've just been getting zero value with it. Most of the time with Griff's hypercharge, you want to be using and chaining your super. So yes, it's good because it increases the hypercharge duration by 2 seconds. So with your hypercharge Buffies, you get a double buff, but the actual main attack is just terrible. It's pointless because Griff's attack is very, very slow as well. So yeah, I really don't like the hypercharge Buffy. At number 8, I went with Griff's Star Power Buffy. So Griff's Buffies in the bottom 2, which is pretty damn bad if you're a Griff main. So both Star Power Buffies are really underwhelming for me. So starting off with Keep the Change, when you're at full ammo, you have a big coin in the middle that deals some good damage, but there's a couple of big negatives to this star power. The unload speed is much slower since the rework, and you have to wait until you're at full ammo, which is very, very rare for a brawler like Griff, especially since the reload speed gear being removed. So yeah, this just feels horrible on Griff. And then when you take a look at the star power Buffy for Griff on business resilience, you gain 5% of your missing health with your super when it returns to you, which feels nice, but it's not really impactful. It's just not worthwhile buying. Honestly, could just be as bad as the Griff Hypercharge Buffy. So at number 7, I went with Colette's Gadget Buffy, so it could maybe be 6 as well. But with the actual Buffies themselves, they're not actually that impactful. So the Nata Gadget Buffy makes it so you can actually pierce through walls and brawlers, which is actually really strong when you think about it. But I just think the ability itself is very, very strong, so that's why I've not bumped it higher in the list. And then Gotcha's Gadget Buffy just doesn't really do much. You overheal, but I don't really see a time where an extra 1,000 health is going to help a lot. I would rather wait until I'm low in health to pop this gadget. You just get so much more value. So yeah, the Gadget Buffy for Gotcha isn't the greatest. I mean, it's alright, just mainly because of the fact that you can shoot through walls and it's kind of broken. At number 6, I went with Colette's Hypercharge Buffy. So Colette's Hypercharge super is bugged right now, so you don't need the Buffy for you to make an impact on the game. But the Buffy is alright. So basically with Colette's Hypercharge attack, your main attack, a smaller clone will fire out afterwards, which isn't a lot of damage, but it does give you super charge rate, does give you the extra bit of damage, just gives you that little bit of oomph, which I think once this bug fixes, it'll just feel a little bit better. Again, it's not anything crazy, but it's still decent. At number 5, I went with Edgar's Gadget Buffy. So Edgar's Gadget Buffy is pretty decent, and mainly because, well, both of them are alright. So starting off with Let's Fly. Let's Fly Buffy makes it so when you grab onto a wall or an enemy, you get 25% speed boosts for 2.5 seconds. The reason why this is actually so good is because if you don't directly land onto that brawler, or they use, I don't know, any type of escape with their gadget or super, well, that extra movement speed for 2.5 seconds allows you to close the gap onto them again. So I really like this Gadget Buffy. Not anything crazy broken, but it's just a nice touch. You can definitely feel the impact of it. And then Hardcore is good on game modes like Knockout and Bounty, those slower game modes. When you're up against a crowd control, you think of BB's Knockback, you think of Bull with stun, you think of a few stun brawlers, this can actually be pretty decent as well. So yeah, both of them are just good. Now moving into number 4, it is Griff's Gadget Buffy, and it's literally only because of Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank with this Gadget Buffy is completely broken because you can open up so much of the map. You can open up to nearly 3 times the amount of the map from a normal Piggy Bank. So with this Gadget Buffy, you can actually shoot the Piggy Bank when you throw it, and the more you shoot it, the more it charges up, the more damage it deals, the more radius, the explosion. I don't know, it's so frustrating because with this gadget, you can counter so much, you can break open so much of the map. It just doesn't make sense to me and probably needs a big nerf. But yeah, Corn Shower is just terrible. it's all about piggyback. So now moving into the third best new Buffy into the game, it has to be Edgar's star power Buffy. So with this star power Buffy, with hard landing, it got a slight rework where it will deal a lot more damage on direct hit, and you can definitely feel that. So it's a nice star power now. And then on top of that, a direct hit also charges up your super by 25%. You know, with Edgar, the big problem is that every now and then you might be just stuck without super. So 25% of your supercharge is crazy. Very, very good star power Buffy. And then with fisticuffs as well, it's not anything like, I mean, it actually is pretty good and annoying to face off against. I much prefer hard landing since the rework, but fisticuffs is still pretty strong as well, because when you take down a brawler with this star power Buffy, you heal up 30% of your maximum health. So this can really help you out and help you chain, especially if you're using the hypercharge. So yeah, both star power Buffies are strong. So now moving into the second best new Buffy with the update, it has to be Edgar's hyper Buffy. And boy, is this one just broken. It is so broken. So with the hypercharge attack, Edgar's main attack has 2 extra scarves, but they deal 50% less damage. But that's still an insane amount of damage. They also, them 2 extra punches have an increased range on top of that. But it doesn't matter. With Edgar, with your hypercharge, you're basically not going to miss your super, right? You want to time it correctly. And it's just the extra damage that you have on top of all of the other buffs that you get with him. The extra 2-second hypercharge duration as well. If you guys rewind back to when Edgar originally got his hypercharge, he was completely broken. That's because the hypercharge duration could be extended by the extra damage that you dealt. This just feels like that all over again. It is absolutely insane. And it's all thanks to this hypercharge Buffy. So now moving into the best new Buffy with the update, I have gone with Colette's star power Buffy. Both of these star power Buffies are insane to me. Everybody's talking about Push It right now. This is mainly because with Push It, you're basically guaranteed a hit, and it pairs really well with her broken hypercharge clone thing that was going on. It deals like 5k. So that's really, really good for that reason. But people are sleeping on, well, the super dash is significantly faster with this star power Buffy, sorry, which is actually really good. But another underrated thing is mass attacks. You steal 33% of ammo on any brawler she hits. So if you super, I don't know, if a brawler's close to a wall, you can easily double hit them with your super. You're removing 2/3 of their ammo, which is insane. I mean, and then you gain that ammo back. I think that is so underrated. Again, everyone's talking about Push It, but I'm really liking mass attacks right now, especially because of this Buffy. So both of the Buffies are very, very powerful. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. To be honest, there's about half of these that are very underwhelming, but then the other half are actually really strong. I think just a lot of the reworks in general actually made a lot of these brawlers a lot stronger rather than the Buffies, but there are a few really powerful ones. So yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.